Welcome to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert, and I am feeling lucky tonight because nobody won last night, so the Mega Millions Lotto jackpot is over $1 billion. Oh, yeah. That's billion with a capital N on the end. $1 billion. Think of what you could buy with all that money. A mansion, a yacht, a tank of gas. Not premium, but a tank of gas. For those of you who haven't checked yet, you lost. Also, don't know. Sure. Also, last night's numbers were 7, 29, 60, 63, 66 with a mega ball of 15. By the way, if I win, I am donating half of my money to find a cure for mega ball. Courage. I have a pretty good chance because I'm very good at picking numbers. Off the top of my head, 17, 36, 54. I could do this all day. 12, 8. By the way, I just said all those numbers, and if a viewer wins using any of those numbers in any combination, I think it's only fair we split the prize. Experts say that's an implicit contract. Experts say that the chances of any of us winning actually any of the Mega Millions are astronomically small. They're about as small as, getting hit by debris from the massive Chinese booster rocket that could fall to Earth early next week. That's right, all next week the forecast is partly cloudy with a chance of fiery death. The debris in question comes from the 23-ton Long March 5B rocket, which delivered a module to the Chinese space station and is now in an uncontrolled descent. Also the title of Rudy Giuliani's memoir. It's sweet. This plunging death debris puts Earthlings at risk of being hit by falling space junk. Space junk, of course, also the name of the porn version of Star Wars. Han shoots first. Also the sequel to Mega Ball. Speaking of the final frontier, yesterday, Russia said it is planning to pull out of the International Space Station. Come on, Russia. Not only is that not cool, but pulling out of the space station is notoriously unreliable. That's how you get a Baby Yoda. It's very dirty. It's a very dirty monologue tonight. So sorry. Russia also announced that it will begin to build its own space station after 2024. They released the design, and no surprise, the new Russian space station is potato. Anyway, bye-bye, Ruskies. Yes. Don't let the airlock hit you where the good Lord split you. Back Earthside, there's bad news for former President Kermit the Fraud. Turns out the Justice Department is investigating the former president's actions in their January 6th criminal probe. Oh, shucky ducky. Oh, shucky ducky. It is about damn time. At this point, the investigators are like the last person at the office to catch on to a popular TV show. So get this, guys, there are dragons. But they hardly ever show them. There's lots of nudity. I'm really looking forward to the Red Wedding episode. I am so happy for Rob Stark. He deserves all the love. Everyone in the family is going to be there. According to people familiar with the investigation, they're pursuing 2 potential crimes. The first centers on seditious conspiracy and conspiracy to obstruct a government proceeding. The second is potential fraud associated with the false elector scheme. Potential fraud? It's the false electors scheme. You generally don't call something a scheme and false if it's on the level. No one's ever said, Barbara, accept this ring and I promise to love you forever as part of my false marriage scheme. I am potentially pot of. I am potentially very excited because all of this is potentially huge. Because no former president has ever been charged with a crime in the country's history. So what? Before John Wayne Gacy, no one ever executed a birthday clown. But it was the right thing to do. I don't know about execution, but definitely arrest. Definitely arrest. In the end, the decision to charge the former president will fall to Attorney General Merrick Garland, seen here listening to Neil Gorsuch talk about how fun it is to be on the Supreme Court. Garland sat for an interview last night with NBC's Lester Holt and made it clear he is ready to hold the former president accountable if that's where the investigation leads.
Look, we pursue justice without fear or favor. We intend to hold anyone who was criminally responsible for the events surrounding January 6th, for any attempt to interfere with the lawful transfer of power from one administration to another, accountable. That's what we do.
Okay, that sounds about right. Quick follow-up. Did someone shrink Merrick Garland? Because he looks like he should be administering justice from inside a hollow tree. Or Lester Hulk. Or it's Lester Hulk, I'm not sure. Oh, there's good news out of the current White House because after coming down with COVID last week, this morning, President Biden tested negative and proved it with this photo of a negative test and the caption, "Back to the Oval, thanks to the doc for the good care and to all of you for your support." Yes, thanks to Doc, Biden is no longer grumpy and sneezy, though he remains happy and sleepy. Biden also took his results out to the Rose Garden, where he gave this speech.
As I was walking out, I thought I heard a rumbling in my staff saying, "Oh, he's back." Thanks for sticking around.
You are the oldest president ever who caught the pandemic. Thank you for sticking around. The president didn't have to go to Walter Reed, did he? Didn't have to go to Walter Reed. The president touted one of the pharmaceutical breakthroughs that helped him recover and did so in a classic Biden way.
Millions of Americans have used Paxlovid. Paxlovid. I tell you what, I think I used it.
I tell you, I got you. I took me some Paxlovid, the Plaxivid, the platypus polish. I took it. Point is, that little pill knocked the Clovis right out of my old breadbasket. Now I'm easy breezy breathing. And where am I? Let's Marco. Fun trivia. This is not prescription. Biden's clean bill of health.
Come on.
Biden's clean bill of health couldn't come at a better time because aides say the president spent the weekend going stir-crazy from the isolation and fighting cabin fever. Aides worked to keep the president entertained on location, setting him up with a whole cart of video equipment, phone calls from the grandkids, and a stack of books about Ireland. When that didn't work, they tried everything else he likes, a pile of old train schedules, the Encyclopedia of Taffy, a Reader's Digest from 1952, a Post-it note that just said Delaware. Now that the president's over COVID, he can happily skip to work with a spring in his step and get absolutely nut-punched by his approval ratings, because the latest CNN poll found 75% of Democratic voters want someone other than Biden to run in 2024. 75%. That's 3 out of 4 Democrats. And I'm being told we have a picture of those 3 Democrats.
Wow.
That's not Kamala Harris. Biden's numbers are just falling off a cliff. At the beginning of the year, only 51% of Democrats said they wanted someone other than Biden. Ah, the good old days, when only half of his buddies wanted to take away Grandpa's launch codes. This has got to be painful for the president, but nothing could be worse than what's happening in Biden's hometown of Scranton, where those saying they view Biden very unfavorably increased from 28% to 46%. Come on, Scranton! What do you guys want from him? He mentions you in every damn story he tells. Is this how Scranton treats all their hometown celebrities? Watch your back. Silent film star Wanda Hawley. We got a great show for you tonight. My guests are Amanda Seyfried and Stephen Merchant. Stick around.